Hey Dirk. Hey Michaela.
Hey,
How are you?
gang.
Hello. We're
How
What's
are
so
you?
Fashion
late.
Police on a Monday? Yeah, we are. We're 5 minutes late.
Fashionably late. Fashionably late. That's
It's
okay.
my fault because my new camera thingy decided to shit the bed.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Everybody waited around. Anyway, how's everybody in the room? We have a lot of people.
Hey, gang.
The usual gang. Space Ace, Fuente, F Opus X. You smoke Fuentes and Opus X. I hate you. I'm jealous. Daniel's in the room saying upvote. That's a great idea. Lord with a passport, Balya Aha Dublin boys in the house. Tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about women's watches, powerful, wealthy, influential women. What's better than that?
All the good ones.
Yeah.
And some of the bad ones. Let's be real.
Let's start out with seeing Michaela's watch because she's a powerful,
Oh.
beautiful woman.
I'm just wearing my Ballon Bleu.
There you go, Ballon Bleu.
Don't worry. I'll get something more. I'll get something new and exciting soon. Don't worry.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful on
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's your kind of go-to watch. That and your Maurice Lacroix. I'm wearing the Explorer. I never wear this on the channel, do I?
You never wear that ever. Explorer
Do
2,
I?
right? Yeah.
Explorer 2. Come on, camera. Fix it. Fix it. Do it. Do it. Never mind. Looks nice though, isn't it? Big white dial on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
good with your shirt.
It
That
does.
Yeah.
contrast looks really good. Yeah.
Contrast
Me
is
too.
nice. That was
Yes.
completely by accident, but thank you. I'll take it. It's a 42 mil as well, so it's a bit more substantial.
Proper.
Yeah, it's a good hunk of steel as well. We just like that, you know, the satin steel. There's
Oh, yeah.
no high gloss parts except for the flanks.
It's a man's watch.
Thanks, man.
It
Do you have
is.
a man's watch on?
Of course, I'm wearing Speedmaster as always. It is
Nice black
glittery though.
shirt.
Wow, it looks different in this lighting. I can see it a little better, I
Oh, you
think,
can.
than usual. Yeah, it looks
I don't
good.
have the camo sepia going on. I actually look like a
Yeah, I like
slightly
it.
roasted Irishman.
No. I like it. I like seeing you. It's a little more clear. I don't know how to explain it, but the sepia mode just kind of mutes you, and this just makes you so vibrant and beautiful,
I
Dirk.
use soft light like the old actresses of yore. What was that called? Cheesecloth.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What's cheesecloth?
Cheesecloth is if you watch any of the old the Hollywood greats, Greta Garbo or Joan Crawford or any of the beauties, as they aged, Vivian Leigh, they would put cheesecloth, a very sheer fabric, over the lens to soften them because they didn't have today's advanced technology. So they
That's an
would use
interesting trick.
cheesecloth to make them look softer, younger, fresher, like
This
Streetcar
stuff?
Named Desire. Yes. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the trick that photographers they're acting like it's a brand new thing. I'm sure it's been done many times before, but they're putting a little bit of like grease on their lens to give photos this nostalgic, old-timey glowy look. And it's really
sure.
beautiful with wedding photos actually. Like really it makes it like very vintage looking, very charming.
I'll tell you, that's
Michaela,
what
do you use some of that? Do you use some of that stuff on your lens? Because I saw your video the other day when you were doing that you were doing your makeup or whatever, and it was very kind of blurry, dreamy. It was like you went for a very
I got a new
atmospheric vibe.
camera. I actually got a new camera, and I'm playing around with the settings on it. It's the Sony Alpha
Oh, which one?
ZV-E10.
Oh,
ZV-E10. The
Nice.
lens, it came with a lens, but I like it because I can switch out for a better lens one day when I'm ready, because that takes in more light. But I usually film things on my phone, so there's a lot of things that I'm trying to learn about the camera. But it's been really fun. But it has definitely a glowy look to it. I really like it.
There's
And then
Michaela's channel, guys. If you want to sub to
thank you.
Michaela, very nice stuff over there. Nice conversations about decorum and style and class and all that good stuff. Some great advice for the fellas about jeans and jackets and shoes. Go over and sub. Sorry, you were saying, Michaela.
Oh no, I was done. Thank you.
Shall we look at our first powerful lady with beautiful watches?
Yes.
Let's start with everybody's sweet. Does anybody dislike this woman? I don't think so. Maybe Angelina Jolie doesn't like her.
I think she's getting hate for the first time ever
For what?
because she's on the morning show and it's obvious that she's had some work done. And so that's the first thing that people look, they spelt her name wrong too, with one N.
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you get that show in Italy. I'm sure you can get it. It's called The Morning Show, and I really like it. It's one of my favorite new shows. Do you watch it, Michaela?
No,
It's
no,
on
I
Apple
don't watch
TV
any
Plus.
shows.
And well, look at her. She just reads Proust and stuff.
No, actually, it's complicated. I watch some. I have to like pay for certain shows. I don't pay for any streaming services. I'm too
That's
cheap
smart.
for
It's too
that.
smart.
I used to, but yeah, no.
So the watch she's got is it's the Dick Cheney watch. It's the day date in full gold.
Looks far better on her than he.
On her, right? That brings you around.
It
I was
really
talking
goes
to
with her skin tone. Sorry, go ahead.
It does. I was speaking to someone during the week who was female who's interested in getting this watch, and I said, she goes, "Well, the day date gold, gold, gold." I was like, "Oh, the gold dial, the whole shebang," and I was like, "Isn't that a Dick Cheney watch?" And she goes, "Well, don't put it that way. I'd prefer you put it like this, the Jennifer Aniston." And I thought, okay, fine. Maybe it's a Jennifer Aniston watch.
I think
What
it
do we
does look
think?
better on a woman because I
Mhm.
think all of that gold on most men it looks really like gold, 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 gold. It's not that it's an ugly watch. It just comes across very like it's just looks dated somehow, if that makes sense. But on a woman, it's just women can wear more like blingy watches and it's kind of like jewelry, right?
Correct.
And when a man does it, it's like a little bit, I don't want to say passe, but you know.
It looks old.
It looks
Yeah.
old and farty. As
It
Dirk
does
used to
look
say.
farty. I didn't see is it vintage? Does it have the deep bezels on it? The deep bezeled? What do you call the zigzag on that? What is the correct terminology for that?
The fluting
fluted, right.
bezel.
Does it have the old man
Yeah,
version?
it's the old man because it's from the 60s.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah. And I like the way it's just kind of hanging off. See the way it's as you say, jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just kind of hanging. Like she hasn't even got it in a like nice tight fit because it's a
Mhm.
bracelet. Who knows if the
Yeah.
time is even set correctly?
Probably
It's
isn't.
just a beautiful accessory. Like she's wearing like simple black there with the black bag. Boom, big statement. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a nice touch because her style's pretty simple. Jennifer Aniston, you know, what I know about her from whatever information I've seen on videos and stuff about her, she's pretty simple. She likes to go to the same vacation every single year. She's one of those people like, and she has all the money, right? But she'll still go to the same island or wherever it is every single year. She keeps it simple. She eats the same thing every day. Like she talks about this in interviews. She's a simple person, but I don't mean that as an insulting way. I think life would be a lot easier if you could just enjoy that kind of same routine over and over. She also has gotten hate recently, Dirk. I don't know if you've seen it because like I said, I don't watch the current television. Sometimes I'll find a way to see old shows or whatnot.
I know what you're
but,
going to say, but go ahead and say it.
she was going on rants about how basically influencers, she doesn't hate influencers, but this is paraphrasing, so please don't quote me, but she has a very bad distaste for influencers because basically like they didn't have to do the same amount of effort as celebrities, and it's making celebrities kind of irrelevant because people they all want reality now. People are so obsessed with relatability and reality, and so even though that charm of like actors and actresses is kind of fading because we have so much access to people's lives and they're so popular, they're like celebrities.
And
Sorry,
it's
go
fake.
ahead.
And it's still fake.
It's all curated.
All the
yeah.
reality show stuff is fake.
Exactly.
She's been I love the Shimon de Fer on that. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. My God. It's gorgeous. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That bracelet is still God.
And again, a woman can wear it. I mean,
Looks
I'm a big fan of the day date, but you know, with white dial or the olive green or you know something else. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I like the sticks. I don't want
Yes, so do I.
diamonds or anything like that. But yeah, with the full gold, it just on a dude, it can really look like you're trying real hard to be the man in the room.
You know who else wore one of those?
Who else?
Tony Soprano.
Tony Soprano, of course, very famous.
That's a really good thing to point out. That's the vibe it gives off.
I mean, that's exactly what it
he's
is.
wearing like a tracksuit with his
Correct.
gold dating.
Yeah,
So
that's what it
horrible.
looks like. They run like a laundry business, you know, like
Yeah, well, they,
a chain of gas stations, but they're millionaires somehow, like a multimillionaire, and they just run gas station. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
they're in the garbage business, waste removal.
That's right.
That's the classic line. So Jen also, you know, she's the star of the morning show, and John Hamm joined the cast this year
Oh wow.
as this big, like a, I guess, who would you say? He's Jeff, what's his face? Bezos, like Jeff Bezos. He's got a rocket, all that stuff, and she doesn't like him, but they wind up in bed together because you know they're going at
Because
each other
he's John Hamm.
because he's John Hamm. But here's the other thing: she, for the first time in her entire career, did a nude scene.
Oh, hold on. Didn't she do a striptease in one of those?
She's never done a nude scene. She's never shown body
full
parts.
nude? Oh wow.
It's been in her contract since day one. She was adamantly against nudity.
So this is recent?
This was 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Wow.
It was
I guess the relevancy is going out. I guess
Yeah.
you're gonna get your relevance back.
it was
Sorry.
the full romp too.
No way.
It was shocking.
Why'd you wait till she was in her 50s to do that? If
Yeah,
you're
why
gonna
would
do
you
it,
do
do it when you're at your prime. And by the way, she is super fit, and I'm sure she looks great.
Her
I'm
body
just
was
saying.
rocking.
Yeah,
Well, she was
she's
probably
she
on
has
the
like
treadmill
6-pack.
constantly.
She's so fit.
Yeah,
But
she's
that's
a fit
crazy.
woman, but yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
still.
That's crazy to do at 50. I'm sorry. No
Yeah, she's like
offense.
54, right? How old is she?
If
She
only
looks
there
great.
were a way to find out.
She's had, listen, whatever work she's had done is great comparatively to the woman who opened her latest concert tour in London the other night.
Madonna.
Correct. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's really bad. She's going for the alien look. Like she's not a part of this
Ooh,
world.
Look at the
I think
look at the
really she's
bangles.
trying to
Look at
not
the
be a part of
bangles
this
over the
world.
watch. Ooh,
yeah, that's
scratchy world. Oh no.
that just shows you that she treats it like jewelry. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's jewelry. It gets thrown.
Yeah, women
in
love
with
stacking though. They do.
Yeah,
It's called
it gets
stacking.
thrown.
but-
It goes thrown into the other jewelry in her in her bedroom, her big jewelry box with all her bangles and all her stuff. The watch gets taken off and thrown in with those. I've seen that.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, definitely.
whereas a dude would put it on a watch stand or put it back in its case or whatever. Correct?
Yeah, women would just throw it in their purse.
Right.
She's an
I'm not saying
astonishingly
I've ever
talented
done that.
woman,
I'm
and
also
she's beautiful. I
I'm
love
not
her.
saying I've done it. I'm not saying I haven't done it.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Don't
do it
implicate
again.
yourself. It's kind
I
of,
wouldn't
kind of
do
a
it again.
sexy thing anyway.
Wouldn't do
When
it
you-
again.
So let's move over to a woman with actual power.
Well, she used to have power, right? She has no power now.
She was a very powerful woman
She was
during her reign.
The most powerful woman for a while. Angela Merkel.
with her titanium model, Boccia. or Boccia.
Yeah.
Boccia.
Yeah, I was struggling to
4502.
pronounce that because I couldn't quite find the origins of that watch when I was
Mm.
looking into it. Is it made in China?
Is it? No, it sounds
I mean,
Italian to me, doesn't
It
it?
sounds Italian to me. Let me look
But
it
that's
up.
a name, right? I was trying to find out where it was made. I couldn't find it. But
like
you know what?
Bocci.
My Google skills, I'm going to admit, are very lazy. Like if I don't see it in a couple minutes, I'm done.
It says Boccia titanium. It's got to be a what is it? Stainless steel on like
No,
a
it's
capstan?
titanium.
Oh, it's titanium. Oh
So it's,
wow.
I mean, it's already light.
I-
Everything must be
I guess
so...
they're supposed to be German, but
it
doesn't
should
actually
be
say
German.
where
Why
they're
isn't she
made.
wearing IWC?
Normally you go for the watch, representing your land, so it makes sense. Boccia, interesting. I don't know. I mean, are these a fashion brand? They look like they could be a fashion brand. I mean,
Summer
maybe
wrist candy.
Boccia titanium on Instagram, etc., etc. Yeah, they're a fashion brand, guys. This is not really balled over with this stuff.
Hmm.
Clearly, it's probably quartz.
It's probably quartz, is right.
It has the look of a Cartier Must or something like that tank,
Yeah.
because it's got that square look,
Yeah.
and it's weird
Must
with
Cartier. Yeah.
and they put the name under. They put it at the 6 o'clock, which is odd
That's
because it
weird.
looks like it's written to kind of wrap around the center pinion there. But this is her watch for the longest time. That watch has been in very many important rooms.
It sure has. Maybe she's just trying to not, show any kind of wealth
Yeah.
to her constituents.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, she's not flaunting it.
I'm not
Vladimir.
I'm not like moved by it, but that's fine. I
Humble
understand
price
she's
tag
not
of
going for that.
$100.
She's probably not. Yeah, she's probably not going for the flex, right? That's fine.
You know what I reckon
just-
it is? You know what this looks like to me? This looks like gift from one of her kids or grandkids or something. Doesn't it look like that? Like a husband isn't going to give you $100 watch, right? Unless it was back when she was no one, when she was not chancellor or anyone in politics, and it just has sentimental value for her.
It's a German brand. I looked it up. Boch is a German watchmaking brand, a lifestyle brand belonging to Tutime, and is led by Jorg Delicante. It is a low-cost, mostly quartz watch, always sold at lower prices. There you go.
These are $150, $160. Here's one that looks similar to what she has, but they've moved the logo up to where it kind of should be.
Where it belongs.
Yeah. The hell
Good
is going on
move.
with her one?
I mean, not to sound crass or anything, but she's got such a big dick that she should have been wearing Lange and Zona.
Yeah. She should have been wearing even say Schaffhausen or Lange und Sonne.
Yeah,
One of
Lange und
either
Sonne.
one. Yeah. Walk into the room with a Lange, everyone else has to shut up.
Yeah, that would you have to shut up. No matter what you're wearing.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, let's move on. I had to include her. I know she's not a woman of power, but she is a woman of influence.
She's a woman of some kind of power.
And there's no space to comment on her style. She just dresses very, I would say, appropriate for what she does. There's no really any style comments for her.
You talking about Drew or
True.
Not Drew. I'm talking about Angela.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
saying
gonna
there's
say.
nothing to comment on
Yeah.
about her style. It's what it should be for what she's doing.
Because Drew was
Appropriate.
adopted in her new career as a talk show host. She is a Annie Hall devotee. She's wearing oversized blazers and vests and ties and bows, and it just looks like whoever was the costumer on Annie Hall. So it's very Diane Keaton in the
And I
late
forgive her.
70s.
I forgive her for all of it because she wears this GMT
Yeah.
Master 2 Coke. This is the watch I see her most in.
I found out something very interesting about the Coke today that I didn't know, and I will get to it later when we get to our pantheon of great ladies.
Okay.
But do you know who the fat lady was named after?
No.
I'll
Hit me
tell
with
you
it.
later.
Okay, tell me
Keep
later.
that, kids.
Okay.
I think that looks
Anyway.
really cool on her.
First
I
of
think
all,
it just looks cool. I know it's huge on her, but because she's wearing, like you're saying, the big oversized structured blazers and whatnot, I feel like it's such a move to be wearing that. I think it looks good.
Yeah,
It's also like, I mean, if I didn't know what watches she liked, I'd be like, oh, she probably has a fashion watch on, or Louis Vuitton, or Cartier at absolute best, Cartier, right? Which of course is wonderful, but it's on the style side of things. A woman that walks around with a date Submariner like this hanging off her,
it's very cool.
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
yeah, and a fucking Coke, like that's a 5-digit Coke as well. Like that's got character, man. That's a beast of a watch. And just
Pre-ceramic, beautiful thingy. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it adds a kind of a thinking element to the woman, I've got to say.
Yeah, she put her research in. She's not just saying, "Oh, shiny, pretty." She knows what she's doing.
It looks like she's got a pretty cool collection overall. And I kind of like her style because
Yeah.
For her, like, how would you dress her, Dirk? Think about it.
I mean, I think she should dress how she likes. I mean, she's a very, very pretty girl. I think her weight goes up and down like a lot of people. And I think she dresses appropriately for her age. But I think she's chasing this Annie Hall thing maybe a little too much because for me, it's so identifiable with Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is a new
That's fair.
generation. Like earlier when we were just having a chit chat, we're talking about like some of my references are so old school. You know, Diane Keaton was an actress in a lot of Woody Allen films and his partner for a while. And she's, you know, an Oscar-winning actress from The Godfather. She had this big, very big late 70s, early 80s style that was, she was a fashion plate. People were dressing just like her all the time. And I think for the modern era, for the modern girl, I think she's adopting it, albeit with patterns. That's something Diane Keaton didn't do. She's got twills, tweeds, jacquards. She's got a lot of cool things. I watch her show. I watch it. It's light.
Is it
fun.
good?
It's very light and very loving and very touchy squeezy and happy. It's not, you know, she's gonna have guests on. She's got like a super duper high energy co-host who was a very heavy set guy, and he fell in love and he was getting married. He lost about 150 pounds. So they went through his whole weight loss, and it was, you know, it's a feel good morning show to get you pumped and make you feel good about yourself. It's definitely nothing wrong with it. Oh my
She's got the
god.
day date
give it
here.
a-
I mean, she's going for the same thing again. I think this one's slightly smaller, unless it is the 30. It might be the 36 mil. It might be the 36. But anyway, yeah, similar watch as before as Jennifer Aniston's. She clearly has a collection of Rolex, and as we've said already, a woman who's put some thought into her watch collection, not just going, yeah, that'll do, or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, that is not the watch that we see in the photo because that's on
No.
an Oyster. She seems to prefer the Oyster. This is on a Jubilee.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this watch, Michaela? What do you think?
I like it kind of, but I also feel like maybe the two-tone it's just a bit much here. I don't know. I'm not trying to insult the watch, but it's a little,
It's got a
It
lot of
probably
things
looks-
going on.
yeah, it's hard for me to really state my opinion on it because I'm just can't stop looking at it. I think maybe it's a little too much for my taste.
Yeah.
But
I think it would look
But-
great on a Spanish Contessa while she sips a coffee in like the Côte d'Azur, you know, with a black
Yeah.
veil. It's got
I
a
feel like to
old
wear
royalty
that-
look.
Yeah, I feel like to wear that, you'd have to wear, as a woman, you'd have to wear a very specific kind of outfit with it.
Mhm.
Not like this tie-dye, whatever
like a-
situation. The tie-dye JCPenney shirt she's wearing right
Yeah,
now.
no. Maybe a widow. It would look good on a widow.
Yeah, exactly. You have to like move into your dark feminine energy to be
Mhm.
wearing
With a
that.
veil and all of that, yeah.
Oh, sure. Sure.
So not to spoil the surprise, but guess who got it right? It's Old Watch Lady.
Sophia Loren.
That's right. It's named after her because she was so curvaceous.
Ah, the fat lady.
Just found that out
Sophia
today.
Loren. Wow. I never knew that. I should
I
know
didn't.
those kind of things, shouldn't I? With a watch channel. Anyway, out of these 4 watches that she has on this website, it's a Rubber Beat commercial on the top, whatever it's rubberbeat.com. It's their blog. This is my favorite on her. I just think it's so fucking cool that she would have a Coke. It doesn't look like I don't know. I feel like a woman isn't going to go for a watch that has that big stark red and the black. It's a pilot's watch, you know, it's a GMT, you know what I mean? It's just something she's stepping out of the classic, female fashion watch world completely with that. It's very, very boss.
And she's she's channeling father energy in this photo.
I
too.
agree. That's
Yeah,
you know what couldn't have said it better.
You
I
know
agree.
what she's doing, right? She's
She's
stepping
taking the
into
masculine energy from the
Mhm.
watch and she's making it hyper feminine and she's owning it. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
that.
Great.
With the
move,
like
Drew.
boho kind of messy hair. It's
Mhm.
interesting in the structure.
Yeah, she does wet dog a lot.
Wet dog.
Jennifer Aniston never does wet dog. Oh no.
So let's take a look at the Jenners,
Oh.
unfortunately, or the Kardashians rather.
Oof.
Let's take I mean, these are powerful women. These women have a lot of money.
They're everything Jennifer Aniston hates.
And they're influencers, and they have some kick-ass watches. I hope they have
They have
Kim's,
kick-ass money.
That stack that you just showed with Kim and her bracelets and the watches so much.
That's
Stressing me out.
It's bad.
It's gaudy, really.
Well,
They're hacking away at the side of the watch.
Yeah. I've never been a fan. Ever. I've never. I never got the appeal. I do think Kendall Jenner, one of the younger ones that's a supermodel, is gorgeous because she's a supermodel.
Incredible. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not really a supermodel, but she does runway and she has this look, great body.
Oh my God, she's stunning. She's 5'10".
Seriously.
That woman.
She's like a fox or something. She's just so beautiful. Besides that, I feel like everyone else is just does way too much with fillers, injections, surgeries. It's just they don't look good in real life.
Those girls are dog meat, and
they pay paparazzi. Yeah,
you know,
they pay paparazzi to post better paparazzi photos of them, edited photos. It's crazy.
Look, we don't like them. I'm not bringing.
No. But here they are.
Because we like.
Look at
no,
that.
it's fun. It's fun to talk about.
I'm talking about that.
Just
Yeah,
gossip.
sure. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I guess we need to put that out as a disclaimer. These are not people we necessarily.
I mean, what's to like about it? Honestly, what's to like? She's just they're just, media prostitutes. They don't offer much, but
she has a couple of ridiculous APs. I'm looking for a good version I had a good version of this photo earlier. Oh yeah, this thing. That's the same one as before. I mean, killer. Oh, lovely.
Careful.
Yeah, careful where it's sending me. I mean, there we go. There's a better version of it.
How do you think she
Big,
pronounces
fat-
that? With her Valley Girl accent.
She should know by now.
I'm a PK.
I'm a pig.
I'm a PK.
What does Kanye think about my autobiography?
Oh, God.
Kanye loves to blow. She
That's
married
where to
Kanye
go.
West and bore 4 of his children, right?
Good God.
4.
thing.
Goodness.
I believe it's 4.
Were they
I
all
think so.
hers, or did she get a surrogate for one of them?
Oh,
They love
I'm
to
so-
do that.
oh, they love to do that.
That's what rich people like to do, so they don't mess up their body. Just
They
like,
love to do that.
you do
I
it
found
for
that
me.
Nicole Kidman did that. She was never pregnant. She did that too with what's his face, the guitar guy,
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. Yeah.
I hate his highlights so bad. I've
Oh,
always
I mean,
hated
he just
them.
looks like a lesbian in an old timey
yeah,
hairdresser.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like his
Got
name
the
is-
chunky blonde highlights in his
Yeah.
natural hair color. It's
What's
just
up,
very
Gail?
weird.
He looks like Gail. Hey,
Oh
Gail.
my gosh. I always thought they were a very odd seeming match, but I don't, people click deeply,
know.
and so you never know. But
Just
on the
seems like
outside, they look
bullshit
like
to
a
me.
very odd, they seem like a very odd match. They just
So
don't
weird.
look right together somehow.
It's almost like Scientology made a deal to
For
get
real.
out of her marriage with Tom. She could hook up with this guy who's probably gay or lesbian, and then they could just
Lesbian.
pretend they're so happy because they're so super clingy when they're together. I don't know. Whatever. Not buying it. It's a pretty watch.
Sure.
Anyway, solid gold AP.
It's a pretty watch.
I mean, that's boss, no?
She's got pretty hair. Can I say that? She has very pretty hair.
Well,
You know
sure.
what, Dirk? I hate to say it.
It's
They're
fake.
part Armenian, right? So they would have really nice hair, but they change their hair so much, and they do extensions, and they do it on their show. I don't watch their show, but I've seen plenty of clips. They always wear wigs and extensions,
Uh-huh.
and their hair is like 2 inches long one day, 3 feet long the next. That's how
What-
you know.
Whatever Indian woman they procured that hair from, then she had beautiful hair.
This may even be her hair because this is her old face. This is her back in the day.
She's prettier
Before.
here.
Yeah, I really
know?
like it because she looks a little more. I don't want to say ethnic. That's like probably
Listen,
an offensive term, but
Michaela,
she does a little
they are
bit.
a pack of gypsies. The whole lot of them. They're a pack of gypsies.
But I appreciate that unique look more than the plastic surgery face. It just looks a little
Well,
prettier
now,
to me.
Now she looks like a pillow.
It's pretty creepy.
But look at that. Is that a skeletonized AP? Wow. Look, moon phase.
That's an intense watch for her.
wow.
That's what I was trying to say. I wish you guys would talk about the bloody watch.
Well, here we
Stop
go.
talking-
I
Stop
mean,
bashing the
Hey, wait a minute. Is that a skeletonized AP Royal Oak?
Oh
With
my
a moon
God.
phase? I still think that's one of the most beautiful bracelets in the world. It's just outrageous.
Certainly is.
It's crazy.
And solid gold, guys. I mean, that's a $300,000 watch at least.
That's a
if you're
$5
lucky.
bill to her.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
Okay,
Imagine.
we're moving on before you guys get into how much you hate her again.
we love this
No,
one.
no, I was just gonna say that watch is a really badass watch. I just don't think it suits her. It doesn't make sense on her. That's my opinion.
It's just like, to me, you know, when
She's
people have
girly.
no taste and a lot of money, anything that they put on them, it's like it doesn't mean anything, because it's not like, oh, she wanted that Birkin bag, she saved her whole life, or she, you know, like it was hard to find. These are all things that come so incredibly easy and accumulated. So, you know, it's just accumulated stuff. I don't feel like,
Yeah, she
wow,
definitely throws this in her purse.
yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything, you know. But when you see, you know, Jen with her vintage, you know, day date, you know, it just looks like, you know, it looks like something she cares about. She loves that watch. That's why she wears it. It's personal to her. Kardashians just throw on what's expensive, you know.
Right.
It's a good observation.
It just doesn't mean.
And I
much to me.
just think honestly, it overpowers her. It just looks like really too much on her. I feel like she would be prettier. It would be prettier with a little more of a delicate looking piece.
I'm a fan because it's just so like F you. And
Yeah.
it's so great that she has an Audemars Piguet and not a Rolex or a, you know, yet another Cartier. You know, she went for AP. Maybe she asked someone what she should get. Maybe she's not into watches, but someone went, you know what? Don't be one of the crowd and get a Rolex and then blah blah. Mind you, she's probably got 100 watches she doesn't
Sure.
even wear.
Her stylist shows
seen
up
in
with
this
a
thing a
box
lot.
of watches.
Yeah.
Which
And
one
she just
glitters
goes,
the
"Oh my God."
most?
Yeah, that's the most glimmery.
Oh my god! Look at
All right,
that!
let's
Oh
get
my
let's
God.
get off Kim.
Oh my
then
god! This
before
will look
people
so good when I'm
freak
pumping
out.
my new energy drink. Oh my god! It's like,
Okay, let's move on to somebody maybe you guys like.
I
Sandra
love
Bullock.
Sandy. Who doesn't
Okay.
love her?
With her, it's not ceramic bezel. That is a pre-ceramic Daytona.
Daytona, beautiful. Look at her. She's great. She speaks fluent German. She's got a high IQ. She married a dum-dum and he wrecked her life, and she still has elegance and class. And
How she
know,
married that dude, I have no
Jesse
idea.
James, well, I mean, he's a bit of a bad boy. We were talking about bad boys. Ush and I were on the phone earlier. We were talking about how girls love the bad boy, and he's a bad boy. He's muscly, tattooed. He could light a match on his face. He's, you know, but he's also cheats on you. So
I think the bad boy is only appealing if he's smart. Otherwise, it's just like
yeah, he's
a
not
dumb
he's not
jock in
smart.
high school.
Right?
Well, I guess jocks aren't bad boys, but you get what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
Sandra Bullock, I've always thought she's just a very unique beauty.
So unique, so
Yeah, just
different, so different.
pretty, you know. And that's what I was kind of
Elegance.
mentioning about. Sorry to Oshin, don't get mad, but to bring up Kim for a second again, that's what I was saying about her old face. I liked it better because it was more uniquely beautiful. And then they change it to look super generic. But Sandra Bullock has her unique beauty still. I think she's
got that
beautiful.
long gazelle neck, her jawline, her bone structure, her beautiful deep set brown eyes.
She's
you know.
interesting to look at.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
And
I
that's
feel
a
like Kim
beautiful piece.
Kardashian, like when you go to the carnival, that when it comes to town, you go into the tent, she's the one that gives you your card reading. That's how I feel about her.
Oh my
She looks like a
goodness.
fortune teller.
I
Here
agree.
we go with this website. Look at this shit. Go away, go away. Okay, never mind. Well, it looks like she has. They're saying here that she has a ceramic bezel. That's a ceramic bezel. I guess it was just the shine off it that made it look like it wasn't. But yeah, that's a hype watch. You know, that's been the hype Rolex now for a good 5 or 6 years easily.
Yeah.
The one to have. Although I prefer the TIE Fighter, the black dial.
Me too.
But it's
Me
cool
too.
that she's wearing a Daytona, and it proves that the Daytona just goes across. It's unisex, the ultimate unisex Rolex. I wanted to get onto
I
Sophia.
think it looks really
but-
good on her.
Looks
Gorgeous
beautiful
on
on
her.
her.
Especially since she's a brunette and she's got the brown eyes and she's got warm features, and then
So
having
warm.
that white watch, just like the white dial, just pops.
Yeah, she's
Beautiful
just
on her.
she's a forever beauty in my opinion. I love her, and she's a terrific actress too. She's funny as hell. She's so funny.
Yeah, she is.
She can do both.
So, on to Sofia Vergara,
Oh
a
boy,
woman I have a big weak spot for.
still
Dirk will never understand. Oh, absolutely. Dear Lord.
She's aging like fine wine. Good for her.
She's
Good
even
for
better
her.
now than she was. I've seen the clips of her when she was 25 doing modeling. She's much more beautiful now. It's like Taylor Swift. She's more beautiful now than before. This is a solid gold Daytona with mother of pearl.
That is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. Again, jewelry.
Mm.
Mhm.
She's a Daytona girl, actually.
Wow, it really goes with her hair highlights and lowlights, though. I can't lie.
Yeah.
That really brings them out. They bring each other out.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a big thing. It's a lot. It is a lot.
She's got a big personality, so maybe she needs something like that.
I swear I could.
Is that almost purple?
It's almost, yeah, like a deep,
You could say deep purple.
deep
An
purple.
aubergine.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Just
big. I don't go for
wonderful.
diamonds that much, but I think that this is an interesting talking piece. I do. I'm not, and you know, I'm a speedy guy, so I don't love the Daytona at all. However, I think that with that dial, and I think it's a great conversation piece because you can't miss it. It's a unique. I've never seen anything like that before.
Uh-huh.
So hey, I'm giving her the big thumbs up on this one for her. It really suits her. Really does.
Goddamn Daytona, man. It can't go wrong. This thing looks like a date just. Oh, boy. It never
There's some
works for me.
parfum.
With some parfum. This is a date just with diamond set. And also Mother of Pearl. Looks like she's a fan.
She's got a small wrist. Look at that thing. Ooh, it looks huge on her.
Does she?
Well, look at that. It's eating her wrist. She looks like a
Oh, it's not that
an
bad.
Asian boy in the clock factory.
No, come on.
In the other shot, it looked bigger.
Yeah.
Diamond bezel.
I think I
Diamond,
like
yeah.
that one better. I like that
Yeah.
one better on her.
Yeah, me too.
Look at that rock on her.
I'm
Is that
not
what
really
Joe gave
huge
her?
about the diamonds.
Does she have to give that rock back to Joe now that they broke up?
Did they break up?
I
Is
I
she
think that's
single?
so silly.
Is she single?
She's single. Go get her.
Find her.
Oh, boy.
Go get her.
The thing is that the whole returning rings and stuff is so weird to me.
Mm.
Why do you
Hey-
want it back? It's weird.
Rufus asks, is that an abalone dial?
It might be an abalone.
Mhm.
I was looking for
Thanks, Rufus.
term.
Mm. It's beautiful. She's got some
Oh,
good
I don't
taste.
know if it is.
Hmm.
It's a good question, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, nice watches. This is good. Again, jewelry for a woman like that. But yeah. I just like to see when they're not wearing a classic fashion watch. Should we move over
What
to
watch would you
Definitely.
get her on your wedding as a wedding gift, Sheen? When
What
you
would
when
I
you
get
marry
her?
Sophia, yeah. What would you gift her?
When I
for-
marry
for-
Sophia,
Yeah. What are you gonna get her?
I would get her an Audemars Piguet
Okay.
Royal Oak Classic.
Mhm.
Yeah, 15,500 or 15,400. There you go. Something just eternal and classic and perfect, and not too much and not too little, so that she would wear it every day. Because if it was too blingy, it wouldn't go with everything.
What she would wear every day is that Audemars and Piguet that that woman that you used to know got in Venice, the old vintage tank.
Oh yeah,
That would look freaking amazing on her,
yeah,
on like alligator or leather strap.
yeah.
Man, she's certainly fit. What is wrong with him? I mean, he's a big dopey looking muscle guy. That's right. He must have cheated on her or something stupid.
Did he?
I don't know, but they definitely broke
How
up though.
on earth do you cheat on that? But anyway,
You know, guys are idiots. Period.
People get bored really quickly.
They do. What's the old joke?
It's
You
pretty
show me the most
crazy.
beautiful girl in the world, and I'll show you blank, blank, blank.
right.
I
You
won't say
know,
it.
just to talk about her style for half a second, her red carpet style is always pretty good, but her street style I don't like. She wears a lot of mom jeans,
Yeah,
ripped
I've seen them.
jeans,
I've seen them on
like
jeans.
wedges with skinny jeans with rips in it, that kind of stuff. It's not my thing. You know, yeah, that's all. Don't really like her street style, but her red carpet style always looks good when she's styled properly because she has a gorgeous body. So you put the right
She
dress
does.
on her. And honestly, this turtleneck fitted shirt she's wearing is beautiful on her.
Isn't it great?
Even though it's simple, but it's beautiful on her.
Yeah. That's what she's going to have when we go to dinner at Florian, right? That's what she's going to wear?
She
Was
could
she?
wear an old newspaper. I wouldn't care. She can wear whatever. She can come out in sweats if she wants.
She'd look cute in a baseball hat.
not
trainers. Yeah.
Let's move over to, was it Melania? Yeah, Melania Trump. You wanted to talk about her, Kayla, a little bit. You like
Yeah,
her style.
Wow.
She is the superior elegant style, classic woman style icon. She puts
Really?
everyone to shame. Oh yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought maybe she inherited all the kind of crass, nasty
No.
stuff.
No, she
No,
makes
no,
them look
she's her
good.
own
Toilet
person.
seat.
She's her own woman, honestly.
She is. She's like,
and I
Donald,
think
give me the Vacheron. Donald.
this is what I was mentioning, how it's jewelry, right? This is
Yes,
jewelry piece,
That's jewelry.
but it just looks so good on her. Absolutely beautiful. But her everyday style, her casual style is just one of those things that most people could work to try to
yeah, pull off.
do their whole life and pull off, and they just never reach it. It's everything.
stilettos, pencil skirts.
Oh my gosh, she
She
wears
wears
like
Celine. It's just
yeah, like
amazing.
6-inch Louboutin stilettos,
Yeah.
like they are flip flops, so
Mhm.
comfortable. Like every day, it's just like unreal.
Look at
She's-
that coat. Look at that pale pink.
She's
coat
one of my inspirations.
over a unbelievable cashmere dress with a big 70s belt. I mean, she's ridiculous.
So cool.
That's
It's
insane.
so cool.
It's almost mauve, that coat.
And this watch is Vacheron Constantin Cala Duchesse or Duchesse. I don't know. Reference
Duchesse.
Duchesse. Cala Duchesse. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that would be it. Duchesse.
I
Bravo.
practice Italian every day.
Yeah, Cala Duchesse.
Duolingo.
I do it every day.
81,750.
It's only
Cool.
$745,000. Okay. Hey.
Look at it, just completely covered, but beautiful.
Donald, give
Sparkly.
me my own black card so I can buy Vacheron Constantin.
Yeah, she's been spending a lot.
Good
on
for
that
her.
black
She
card.
deserves every single penny.
Because she had to go through.
Every single
She had
solitary penny.
to lie back and think of England all those
my
nights.
Imagine that. Oh my God. I can't imagine anything worse.
I reckon he lies back. Right?
Oh, so the internet was glitching for me, and I just started hearing what you two were talking about. That is something that I don't want to think about. That is a
Okay.
horrifying
Well,
idea.
we're just saying
No,
how
I'm
much
just saying
she
that-
earned all these beautiful items.
She
all these
deserves
gorgeous watches.
everything. Everything.
She does. I love Melania. Honestly,
she's got
she's one of the
impeccable
few
style.
people. Yeah, she's one of the few people who I will just like scroll through social media and look at images of her. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. And it's not because I think her face is necessarily the prettiest thing ever.
She's
but I
hard
just-
Eastern
Oh,
European
she's
woman.
super
She's
beautiful.
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah.
She's
No,
hard though.
I mean, like she's in a different age range than me, so it's not like I'm looking to
she
her
might be the
necessarily for
most
like
beautiful
makeup look.
first lady ever.
Oh,
perhaps.
she is. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She is. She is. And the most stylish. And it was just hard because people were really comparing Joe Biden's style
Or
with
Jackie
hers.
Onassis, I don't know.
Whose style? Jill Biden?
Jill Biden.
She
they
looks
were
like a
comparing it-
librarian.
They were comparing it after, and I was like, that's actually not fair because Melania's not. She didn't dress like this just because she was the president's wife. She's been like this her whole life.
No,
She used to be a
Melania.
model.
She looks
know.
like she just walked off the catwalk. She's impeccable, or she's going to the opera in Paris.
She's detail
yeah,
oriented.
it's crazy. Jill Biden, excuse me, Dr. Jill Biden, because you have to
Yes.
say that.
Sorry.
She just looks like a librarian. She looks
Yeah.
like a school marm. What is that? Makes no sense. Jackie Kennedy, sure.
Sure.
Givenchy, Oscar de la Renta. I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
Her style was
pillbox
really
hat.
beautiful.
Of course, Yves
Yeah.
Saint Laurent, all that stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure. She was the first because before that you had what? Eleanor Roosevelt. Or who'd you have?
Chanel
Mamie
is
Eisenhower. Yeah,
That
that's
Chanel is horrible, but this Cartier is quite nice.
nice.
But it's so stock to have the gold Cartier. I mean, it's an icon. It's amazing.
Sure.
But it's so just, it's the simple thing, right? It's the Panthère and
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
There isn't a whole lot of imagination going into that watch. That's all I'm
Nah.
saying. You know what
She
I mean?
doesn't. Her style is
What
nothing.
else we got here?
It very much is like an old lady watch.
Sure.
Of course,
It is an
Michelle
old
Obama has the Tank Franchise.
This one's more clean. This one's more clean. I think this
Yeah.
one looks better.
I
for
want one
sure.
of those.
This is what I got
love that.
Lydia.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I
That is
gave Lydia one
beautiful.
of those for her 25th.
That couldn't be more classic. You think of great watch, you think that. I mean, that's classic.
And they've recently updated it, and it's not as nice.
Oh,
They've
did they? What did they
changed.
do?
Yeah, let me go to Cartier.
Let me see.
They've updated it. It was a big move for them to do that, and they kind of. I'll show you what they did. They kind of messed around with the lugs a bit. Let me just go find it now. Wish I knew this site better. It's actually a really cool site. There's the tank. And we want the
There it is.
franchise. And it's actually got really cool graphics. This is a great website actually to check out.
Oh,
Look at that. Look, they made this a bit blander and they kind of muscled it up a little bit.
yeah, it looks a little bit more muscular,
Yeah.
and it's also got a recessed crown.
Yes, it does.
Look at that.
So they've changed it up. It's nice, but I feel like anybody who got in while the going was good and got this classic,
It's cooler.
it's cooler,
definitely
right?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cooler. It's way cooler.
It's a good piece for her, I think.
This
for
looks very
Michelle.
masculine to me.
There is a masculine one. There's a 39 mil or something like that, and then of course this classic tiny little thing for
And it's quartz.
for ladies. Of course, it's quartz always. The very very small ones are always quartz. Look, it's got the DNA. It's like as you know, Mercedes cars just modernize, but they hold on to that DNA. It's the same thing. They've managed to do that, but it has its critics because it got more muscular. Whereas this one is really nice and wears really well on the ex-first lady. Then, of course, we have Laura Bush. This is Christian Bernard. It's a quartz, classic old lady watch.
That is the oldest lady watch.
Yeah. Look
But not old watch lady, because it ain't that.
because it ain't that. Look at these links. They're kind of
Yeah,
they're
I
kind
don't
of
like that.
stuffy.
It's hideous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely in the old lady jewelry box, along with that
2
Jill
minutes. 2
Biden
minutes.
Cartier.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. And what have we got here? The evil genius. Does anyone on earth like this woman anymore?
Hillary Clinton? No.
Hillary Clinton.
No, she's so cringy. Oh my gosh. I've seen so many videos of her. Oh my gosh. She just disturbs me.
It used to be the right that hate her, but now even the left don't like. No one likes her
No.
anymore. She's
I
wearing
mean,
this
when the truth
Chanel.
comes out about people, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what side you are on politically. A not great person's a not great person, and she's not a great person. So
I'm not into this Chanel either. This is.
no.
What did I
agree.
miss? What did I
Well,
miss?
we're just talking about.
We're talking about
Hillary.
how much you love Hillary Clinton, how you're Hillary Clinton stan. You die for her.
You know who I do like? I really like Laura Bush. I think she's a terrific lady.
Sure. What do you
Never
think?
heard
of
anything
Chanel?
bad about her.
And I think Hillary's a witch.
Well, she's wearing this
Yeah, she
witch's
is.
watch because this is like I don't know
Witch's
about
watch.
that bracelet and those lugs. I mean, that is. I mean, I can take the bezel because it's a little bit 50 fathoms ish, but and maybe the dial fine. It's nice and legible and clear, but no, that bracelet. Stick it on black leather or something for crying out loud.
Yeah, I think it's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
sure.
And then she has this tiny little ladies' date just kind of stuffy watch again, probably bought in 1965 or something like that.
That's something
Here's
a lizard
Barbara
Well, let's
person
look at
would
Barbara.
wear.
You look at that. That's a classy watch for a very elegant woman.
That's interesting.
And apparently, she was. I saw an interview with the White House staff, like the service staff. I got a visitor. Hello. Hello. Everybody say hello to my lady. Everyone said that all the staff that have been there forever and ever and ever, the wait staff, the kitchen staff, that Barbara Bush was the most fantastic first lady, kind to everyone, birthday cards, gifts, acknowledgement, and so much praise and thanks for the incredible job that they do every day, and not demanding, so down to earth. Apparently, she was absolutely amazing. She was a great lady. She really was. Regardless of anyone's political platforms, she was a terrific lady.
So she's got, these are pearls on this Chanel, and then she has matching pearls on the other side.
It's very much jewelry.
It's jewelry.
Just jewelry.
Yeah, it's Chanel. Look at that. You wear it, girl. It looks great. I like it.
I don't know how I feel about it 100%, but
I think it's pretty, and I think with the right outfit.
The pearls are pretty, definitely. I just don't know. It's just my eyes are a little shocked because I haven't seen something like that. To get used to it. At least she's not wearing it around her neck.
Right.
Yes. Right.
I've been seeing more celebrities doing that, by the way.
They need to stop that.
You can't check the time, even though that's not really all
Excuse me,
my
what
watch
time
is
is
about.
it?
But you
What time
can't.
is it?
I need a mirror, please.
What time is it? Thank you. Stupid.
I want to bring up our next. This is, of course, Sharon Stone, one of the first women to kind of bring into the, after Moneypenny, right? Moneypenny had a GMT master or something.
She did. Yeah.
Sharon
Honor
Stone
Blackman.
wears men's watches. Look at her going crazy.
And
there.
men's shirts and a man's tie.
That is a two-tone bluesy
Mm.
and a date just stacked on top of one another.
Yeah.
Nice, right? Very cool. She's obviously
Yeah.
she's a tall
Who
woman.
doesn't love Sharon Stone?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love her?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
She hasn't had her face all retweaked. She just looks like an elegant woman. If she's had anything done, I can't tell. She looks great.
She's aging really well. There she is with a
Look at that.
big sloppy sub.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just kind of hangs.
That's
Sorry
really
about the
cool.
website here, guys. Look at that thing just kind of hanging a little bit loose. Tool watch.
She wore a black Gap T-shirt to the Oscars one year.
Oh.
With like Harry Winston, like a beautiful Harry Winston necklace, because she could.
What was that in the early 2000s?
It was a long time ago. It might
I
have
think
been late
people were
90s.
I think people were showing up to those kind of things with just jeans and
She
you know,
did it
heels.
first, though. Everybody was
Yeah.
like aghast. They were
Oh,
aghast.
she
Sharon
started
Stone.
it.
She's not wearing, some atelier, blah blah blah. It was pretty great.
I mean, if that photo doesn't make you want to get a sub, Michaela.
No, seriously, that's like a good advertisement for it.
Sure
not
is.
gonna lie.
It's like saying
It's
you
making it
want
look
this.
really
Yeah.
tempting.
Yeah.
Really
That
nice,
next one,
right?
not so much. The next one, not so
Not so
much.
much.
I don't
And
like the
then, of
vibe.
course, she's got a gold. That's a lady
Sure.
date,
Yeah, Lady
because
D.
the lady date comes in presidential or jubilee. It's a lot of people think you can only get the presidential bracelet on the day date, but it's also available on the lady date.
Mm,
Nice 80s photo there.
That's 80s.
Those kind of
Look at
watches
those wings.
worked well back in the 80s, right?
She's got her hair all feathered. You have a feathering brush and a blow dryer. You get some Aquanet, and it's like you're ready to go to the disco. Look at that. Look at that hair. Ralphie ain't even leather. Look at that. She's the classic.
Honestly,
girl.
looking at 80s hairstyles is such a trip for me.
It's a lot
it's
of
just like-
hairspray.
I never got to see it. I
You ever
really
see
wish
Working
I
Girl,
did.
Michaela? You ever see the movie Working Girl?
No.
Melanie
With
Griffith,
Melanie Griffith, yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, Harrison Ford. It's
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin in a very early role.
Yeah.
Mon-
He keeps buying her lingerie for her birthday. And she's like, this isn't for me. This is for you.
yeah, it's a great movie.
Oh, wow. Jeff Bridges. What's she wearing there? Oh, she has a pink dial
Yeah, looks like a
Um,
OP, right?
OP.
Yeah, look at that.
No, sorry. That
Ooh.
is not an OP. That is That is. Let me
Blow
get a
that
zoom
up.
in on it. That's really hard because this website just has a big commercial on the right. Because
Oh.
that has diamond. That's diamond set.
Is that a date?
It's not a day. Look
No,
at the
it's an
bracelet.
oyster. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't be that.
Yeah. Let's see if
Well, I
the
guess it could
crowd
be
know what
anything
it
she
is.
wants it to be,
OP.
right?
They're all saying OP.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice. A little bit of pop on the wrist.
yeah. Okay,
Kind of pretty.
it's
It's
playful.
cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Oh,
Very
It's
playful.
cute.
now I
Black
don't
pearls.
think it's an OP because it's got polished centers. Anybody know what it is, guys, in the crowd? Because it's got polished centers and OP doesn't have polished centers.
Right.
I'm curious. Yeah, there she. I mean, she's aged so well. Beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's a classic beauty.
Okay, let's move over to one of the queens of watches.
She started
We
it
have,
all.
we have
didn't
two
she?
queens of watches. We're gonna finish. You guys don't have too much in the wings, right?
I have a
forget
couple
it.
of things. I
You've
have
got-
I have my pantheon of ladies.
Okay,
I'll
great.
go through it quick though, but I have a couple.
Okay, great. So let's just do Ellen, and then we'll move on. So yet another very wealthy and powerful woman with a big taste for watches. This is a Yachtmaster Rose Gold on the Oyster Flex, the first of the Oyster Flex watches. 2015, it came out. They relaunched the Yachtmaster in a new shape. It was a flop again. It took a long time. The Yachtmaster went through a few flops.
Yeah.
Gorgeous one, kind of hanging off her again, which is cool. I love that vibe. I sometimes let some of my watches do that, kind of hang off to the side. Nothing wrong with that. This is a GMT Pepsi, the newest one.
latest
She
one,
was
yeah.
probably the first person to get one because she's just,
She was.
yeah.
Look at that.
This is the GMT Master solid gold with the green, the Rolex green dial.
That's intense.
Yeah, it's a collector's item. Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely collectors. Not available for quite some time.
Does John
There's
Mayer
that.
have one of those?
Does he have one of those? I don't know. Because it would appear to be a John Mayer first, except it's not a
Right.
Daytona.
It's not. I mean, but just to go with the John Mayer, that could be the
I'm sure he
John Mayer
has.
2.
This
That's
is the
beautiful.
platinum
Oh.
day date.
Oh God.
That is
watch
pretty.
is
It's a hunk
crazy.
of platinum.
But
They
that
just recently
dial.
released it with fluted bezel. They weren't able to flute the platinum for the
Aha.
longest time. So this was not available in fluted bezel for the longest time. Just last year they released it. Finally, they figured out the science to it. So now you can get it with fluted. We will see a lot of these in the wild. Well, you won't see a lot in the wild, but the ones that you do see in the wild are going to have this smooth bezel. That is solid platinum and goes well with what she's wearing there.
It's ridiculous. That
I
dial.
like
is
I like the
mesmerizing.
watch.
Me
I like
too.
the watch. I don't like Ellen. I don't like her.
I used to love Ellen. Her show was hilarious back in the day before she was the talk show queen. Seems
She's
like
a
all the talk
witch,
show queens,
honestly.
all the talk show queens have a fabulous disaster endings. Like Rosie O'Donnell, she was funny and everybody liked her. She was a lesbian too, and then they both, it's amazing because Ellen had a sitcom that came out around the same time Seinfeld did, and it was, really big hit show. And she came out on the show, and she had Katie Lang and Melissa Etheridge and Laura Dern, and it was amazing television. Really ground. And Jeremy Piven was on the show. That's where he started.
We're moving into Daytona universe now, and she's got
Daytona
some
girl.
sick ass Daytonas. Yeah, big Daytona girl. There's the rose gold on the oyster bracelets. This is the one with the ceramic bezel. I had a similar watch myself.
You did.
I had the Sundust dial. Looks like the white dial, but it could be the Sundust actually. Maybe they got it wrong or the photo's wrong or something. Absolute stunner of a watch. And then, of course, moving into Ridiculous World or 6241.
Well,
I mean, that's even a modest price. 575 is even on the lower end. It would be a lot more than that, probably. I mean,
That's
killer.
crazy.
Yes, killer.
she's got a really great flashy collection, definitely.
she does. It
Yeah,
looks
she
like
kind
she's
of looks
sneezing
like,
now.
I feel like Miley Cyrus looks like she could be her daughter. You know what I mean? Kind of looks like
Well,
Miley. They look
Miley's
like
got an androgyny about her,
She's
No, I
got a
just mean the
62,
blonde,
65.
the blue eye stare. They call
Yeah.
it the blue eye stare when people. It's not just having blue eyes, but like some people have a blue eye stare where it's just like they're eating your soul while they look at you. Ellen's
Uh-huh.
got that.
Yeah,
Miley's
it's
got
almost like
that.
a wolf look.
Do you
Yeah.
want to
It's
show us
because,
what
like,
you want to
I
show
don't
us what
have
it looks
it. I
like,
don't have
Michaela?
I don't have
No,
it
my
either.
eyes are a little more gray. They're
Me
not
too.
like. I try not to do the blue eye stare.
Yeah. Mine are
Yeah.
like the most boring denim blue. They're just like nothing blue. There's stock Irish blue. Boom.
No, they look good. I actually can notice them in this lighting. That's one thing I was looking at when I was complimenting your lighting.
They're like denim. But
That's
like those
cool,
people
though.
with the
It's cool.
wolfy
It's more rare.
Machine's got very electric eyes. They're green.
Yeah, I have green eyes.
I've seen his eyes in person, like green blue.
And his whole family have the same color blue eyes but him.
Yeah,
And
that's-
Beckett got him too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He
yeah.
got the stock O'Malley blue eyes. They're like everyone has them. They're Jer Central.
I know Lydia's pissed at me for not hunting down the eyes. She got her mom's big brown.
Please, her eyes are
Big brown eyes are
ridiculous.
so cute.
Oh,
I love
I
big
know,
brown.
I know.
love big brown puppy
Well,
dog
oh,
eyes.
me
I've always
too.
loved it.
Yeah,
And, you
but
know, probably
in Italy,
bec-
everyone has them. That's the problem. That's why
Okay.
the Italians go nuts for green and blue. You know,
Well, green
I
is
think
a
it's whatever
mutation
we
from
don't
brown.
have, you know.
So somewhere in your family, Asheen, somebody had brown eyes. Because green is a mutation of brown.
is that right?
Yeah. You have to have a combo in there. So somebody way back when, it could have been whatever. You never know.
You never
You
know.
never know.
Look at this. This is her reference 62, 65. Again, 180 grand in your dreams, guys.
I
This
don't
watch
think that's
is
a
a lot more
particularly
than that.
handsome watch. It's a kind of dull looking. I know
Yeah,
it's
it does look
gold and
muted.
everything. It just doesn't have
Yeah,
the
well, it's a
wow
classic.
factor. I'm sure it is, but give me a speedy baby.
Well, I definitely think it's meant to look really
Maybe.
like bright, but it is looking a little bit muted. Might be the photo.
This is her 6538 sub.
That's
Back
amazing.
before, yeah, big crown, but no crown guards. Pip is missing. Look, all that
Yeah.
gorgeousness.
I like it.
Looks great on her. You know, something
that.
great about subs on women, man.
Oh, yeah. I love those gilt dial subs though. Oh my god, they're gorgeous. And this watch, I think this is one of the ugliest watches in the history of the world. Sorry.
Oh,
The
this one.
5711.
Mhm.
It's Gerald Genta at his worst, and people love it, and it's just so 70s
I love
porn
it.
star.
I love it.
It just
I'm not crazy about it.
It's one of the most
don't hate
iconic
it.
watches ever
It
made.
is iconic. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not great looking.
Oh,
And it's
man.
not
whatever.
circular, it's
It
not
looks whatever.
square. What is that geometry there? What is it?
Well, that's the thing about Gerald Genta with this
Yeah.
stuff. It's like you don't know what the shape is. You know, it's like the tonneau shape on Richard Meals. What is it? Is it a rectangle? Is it
Yeah, I know.
bloated rectangle? They try to make
Bloated.
shapes that are impossible to describe. This is so incredible. This watch is so slim. It's high horology on the
Yeah,
wrist, all
all that.
squeezed into this thing. I mean,
I don't know. It's almost like finding out she's got a dick.
well, I'm
Wait,
sure she'd love to have
Back it
one.
up. Back it up. What? What?
I just think that there's something like
So this
it's
watch,
everybody
her
thinks
wearing
it's so
it means
beautiful,
you're
but
gonna
to me
find
it's
out.
so incredibly masculine, this watch.
Well, I mean,
And-
Ellen's masculine.
Well, she is, and she's very pretty too. She's a beautiful, beautiful face.
Victoria
I love
Beckham
short
has one
haircuts.
of these as well.
Yeah.
She has the she has the Tiffany, the $2.6 million one or whatever it is. Looks great on her.
Look
I
at her
think
rocking that green
That's a woman
corduroy
with
coat.
style. Victoria Beckham.
she's got a lot. I'll
got a
pull
lot of
up her watches in a minute, but if we have time. But listen, the worst you'll ever see a 5711 is on a big basketball player or something like that, because it is a smaller watch. It's like the Daytona, doesn't wear as big. When I came to that crossroads, AP or Patek, which way are you going to go, O'Malley? I had to go AP because of the
Yep.
bigger wrist. If I go into Patek, I'm compromising on size, and all the watches are going to look small on me. She's wearing it really well. I mean, it looks like a substantial watch on her wrist. You see that on LeBron James' wrist or something. It just looks like a joke.
Well, he's a
So-
giant human.
So you're saying it's masculine? I would beg to differ. I would say
All right.
it's unisex.
Okay.
It's also the second, most important stainless steel.
I know all
sports
those
watch.
things.
Yeah.
I just think it ugly.
And she's
I think
got
it's a
another
little
one with
boring.
it's a little
Sorry.
boring. Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
I'd like
I've
to
never found it
apologize to
be.
the audience on
Yeah,
behalf
but
of
you
my
know,
two
hey.
co-hosts.
That watch, I know everybody.
If we
loves
all
it, but, like,
agreed, this show would be boring. If we all had the same exact opinions, it would just be bouncing the same thing off each other.
if I
Well,
was
I-
getting a Patek tomorrow, it would be a Calatrava in white gold.
Sure.
Yeah, Calatrava for sure.
Sure.
That's what it would be.
Here's another one. White dial was less popular, became popular when everything became popular. People's main issue with it is the surrounds on the indices with that big
Yeah.
charcoal black. It looks a little silly.
Mhm.
People aren't so crazy about. Oh, she's getting.
She's got a lot of them.
Patek Philippe. Fuck me. Woo. This is sick stuff. 5711 R, 1R. So that is solid rose gold with a deep chocolate dial. I'm sorry, kids, but if I sent it to you in the mail, you would not turn it down.
I would
You
absolutely sell that to the highest bidder and get as many Speedmasters as I could afford with it.
Okay.
Oh my
I
gosh.
get it. I get it.
Michaela,
It
you
does-
hating
I
this
get
one
all
as
the
well?
2915s,
better.
Mark 1, Mark 2.
Yeah.
It looks better warm to me. These are very warm tones. It looks a little better.
How much is that worth?
I think with the other look was just too
300,
cold.
400.
The other look was just a little too clinical. It looks very introduction finance bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it is. It's just how it looks to me.
Yeah, it looks like maybe what's his face, Christian Bale from American Psycho would wear that when he's killing somebody with a golf club.
Never mind, I like it now. I'm just joking.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
Yeah, classic.
well,
line.
look at
Grand
that. I mean-
complication. This is the Patek Philippe, the 5271.
Iced out.
Getting very classy. Yeah, a bit iced out. Even on the lugs. Look at that.
Yeah,
Ugh,
look at
not
that.
so crazy
That's
about
like-
that.
She's got a hip hop album that's dropping next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the watches just keep going. Oof.
She's got a
That's
lot of
wild.
watches.
This
It's
is
wild.
crazy. The 52041R for 250,000. That's probably about right because it's not a hype Patek.
That bracelet is pretty.
Yeah, big hunk of gold, kids. Can't go wrong with that. How many watches does this woman have? Dear God.
She's the goat. She's got them all.
Yeah. She's the
Crazy.
one.
Not crazy about this one. It's a bit ugly to me. Oh, now she's got some AP. I wasn't aware she was into her AP. Shouldn't be surprised.
Why wouldn't she, right?
Yeah. Digging it. Now, that's a bit too masculine, if you ask me, but okay. And that's it.
That's
That's
such an
what
ugly
I mean.
outfit.
She likes
It makes me
girls.
sick. Such an ugly outfit. I hate those pathetic little
You don't like the
skinny
camo?
scarves.
You don't like the
It doesn't-
camo part to
It's
the
it's
belt or
no,
whatever?
it's the
a t-shirt
combination
coming
of
in?
everything. Like the kind of Letterman bomber jacket look, super skinny scarf, which is kind of feminine, mixing with the masculine. The jean, I don't like it. It's not my thing. It doesn't look good. I feel like Ellen. Never mind. I'm just saying she could dress really cool.
Got a
Really,
varsity
really, really
jacket
cool.
and a $3 scarf she got at the airport. I don't know. I don't like
Oh my gosh, the
that's
airport.
what it looks like. It looks like an airport scarf. She went to the place, this kiosk next to Sunglasses Hut to get
Dirk,
that.
do you have a screen you want to share? Or
Sure,
do you
I
want
got
to
a
set that
bunch.
up?
Okay, here's my pantheon of the greats. Ready? Let's
Okay,
start
here
it
we go.
out. Okay. Oh, I gotta blow it up, don't I? Okay. So here we go. That one.
Oof.
The incomparable Audrey Hepburn wearing the Longines Dolce Vita. This
That's
was
so cool.
handcrafted for her by Longines for the making of the film Sabrina.
Wow.
And look at that thing. At the time, it had the smallest movement ever made, and she did the advertisements. Elegance is an attitude. Longines, l'élégance du temps depuis 1832. Amazing, right?
So
Amazing.
beautiful. Love that.
Gorgeous. With small seconds. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she's just one of the most breathtaking beauties in the history of the world.
Absolutely. You know who looks really similar to her? It's kind of creepy. Is Lily Collins, Phil Collins' daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I believe.
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah. A little bit. The nose, yeah.
If I'm just saying, if they styled her hair similarly, it would look. She could play Audrey for sure.
She definitely could. Okay, and I'm going to do the next one. And that is going to be... This is a fascinating one, guys. If it will go. Okay, now we all know who that is, right?
We do.
Right? Look at her. What was she wearing back in the day? It turns out that Marilyn Monroe had a Blancpain that was gifted to her, and it was sold at auction for $225,000, and it was had a Rayville 17 jewel movement that Blancpain slapped their name on, and it has 73 diamonds on it.
Wow.
Marilyn Monroe Blancpain.
That's really interesting. I never even thought to check what she wore.
Yeah.
Do you have a zoom in or anything? Oh, I think I may have found one.
Yeah.
Norma
Is that-
Jean.
Oh, there
There's
it
a bunch.
is. Oh my God, I got to show you guys this. This looks amazing. Present, share screen.
She's wearing it really high up too, like a bracelet.
Yeah,
This is it?
that's it.
Oh my dear God, look at that.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Okay, these are different little blonde pants. We're gone. We're gone. That must be the only photo
Yeah,
they
it's the
have
only
of
one.
it.
They gave you a slideshow.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, my next girl, ready, is...
Oh, sorry. I've got a photo of this.
You got it, go. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's all polished up and looking beautiful.
There
That
you
was a
go.
very dull version of it, before it was polished. Look at that.
It's so gorgeous.
Amazing. Who has
And the fact that it was
So
hers.
elegant.
The fact that it was hers is just nuts.
Speaking of your favorite Kim Kardashian, she wore Marilyn's dress on
Oh, I know.
some
That was-
events,
she ruined
and
it.
everyone
right.
was. She apparently ruined it.
She ruined
She
it.
everyone
tore it or
was-
something.
Well, I mean, her body is
Big- her
completely
big
different.
fat ass into it.
Honestly, big implant, but
Yeah,
just
she has her
completely
ass like a
popped off
Mack
the
truck.
pearls,
Yeah.
and it made a lot of people really, really upset.
Oh,
I didn't get
historians
upset. I
are
just do
furious.
think that, historians specifically. I just don't think that she deserved to wear Marilyn's dress. In my
She
opinion,
didn't deserve.
I don't think anyone should ever wear
She
it.
didn't.
I don't think anyone should have ever worn it again.
Okay.
What we got next, Dirk? I'm so
We got-
curious.
The beautiful,
Sophia.
the classic Sophia Loren, who
Sophia
turns
Lauren.
out-
Lauren.
Sophia Loren, of course, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's wearing, you can't really see from this picture, but she's wearing that's, what is it, a 20, 24, what, 26? A date just?
28, probably. Yeah,
28.
20. Yeah.
Well, turns out Rolex fell in love with her, and they were the ones that came up with the nickname of the Fat Lady. And they presented one to her, and she never wore it. And the old watch lady knew exactly the story. And of course, you call somebody a fat lady now, and it's not going to be very taken very well. But she thought it was quite funny, and she
You have a picture
appreciated
of
it.
her? Oh, you do?
But this is the the watch that she had that was named the Fat Lady, the 16760. And here's the whole story about the watch worth the Lauren nickname, and they give you the whole story behind it. If anybody wants, on Bob's Watches. It's a pretty cool story. And when I was doing my research today, trying to find out the pantheons, I'm just going back for the beautiful greats of the watch world in classic history. And here's a funny one. I only have a couple more. This
Sure.
cracked me up. This is François Bettencourt Myers, right? She is she's the most famous, the richest woman in the world, right? Do you guys know who she is? She's
No.
she's the heir to the L'Oreal fortune,
Oh,
and she doesn't wear a watch. I just
that
thought that
doesn't
was
surprise
crazy.
me.
She's so rich, she just doesn't give a fuck. So she doesn't wear a watch. But
Does she wear an Apple Watch?
she probably does when she's at the gym. So those are my pantheons of greats, and of course, I would be remiss if I didn't
Of course, we've gotta. And
share.
this is a woman of considerable influence as well.
Yes.
She keeps her identity very hidden, but she is a powerful and influential and important woman with maybe the greatest watch collection that we're
It's the
aware
greatest watch
of.
collection in the history of watch collections. I've never seen a collection like that on the internet, not on the internet, not at all.
It's just endless. It's just endless.
Absolutely
it's so crazy.
endless.
So
That's
let's
our
look at your
vintage
favorites.
Explorer. Now we've got this one, which is just, I picked this out. Look at this Patek Philippe Small Seconds. My God in heaven.
We're talking about Old Watch Lady, by the way, guys.
This is Old Watch
and
Lady's
I think she's
collection.
in the audience.
She was earlier.
Yeah.
I put her in the pantheons of greats because she is in the pantheon of greats. She's an avid collector, knows what she's talking about. She's got impeccable style and taste. She doesn't have a cookie cutter collection. She's got an everything collection. You name it, she has it. And for my last page of beautiful Old Watch Lady, I've got this one. My favorite watch of all time. This is the reiteration. This is the Speedmaster. It's made to look like the 1957 edition, the 2915. And when we first saw this, we thought it was the 2915 because it just, the way the light hits it, it really looks vintage. This is my favorite watch of all time. I think it's the most beautiful chronograph ever made. No guards.
Can you do a zoom there with your Mac?
I can.
There you go. Yeah, boy. Thanks.
You know,
looks great.
And she, look at it. She has it off the bracelet because she can, because it's a Speedmaster, and a Speedmaster is a monster. Can wear anything. She's got it on like a lavender leather, or is that more like what color would you say that is, Michaela? Like a lilac?
Yeah, probably more of a lilac. It's really light and bright. That's so beautiful.
So beautiful. Looks great on her.
So cool.
It's 39.7, so she could, or she could, it's actually 38.7, so it's a 39 millimeter watch. So women can look great on it. Men can look, guys who don't have tree trunks can wear them and look great, because the new ones, of course, are all 42 millimeter, and the Speedmasters before were 38s and 39s. So that's my pantheon of greats. No, there you go, Lilac Epsom. So she's there. Yeah. I hope you don't mind, darling.
She sends a heart, so she likes it.
Oh, she did. I'm glad. Because I've never seen a collection more astounding. And it's not just the fact that she's accumulated so many watches. It's just each one is curated so delicately. There's no... they're all pieces of history and style. There's no crap in there. I don't go ick to any of them. They're all just so beautiful. Some of them are art pieces. Some of them are horological masterpieces. So yeah. So in the pantheon of greats, I thought we'd just throw a Watch Lady there, because
they just wrote an article about Old Watch Lady there. Sorry, I have to pull it up to this window. There we go. It was quite interesting as well. They were just listing the most important women in watches. Britt Pierce is in there as well, rightly so, and others. There's, of course, Old Watch Lady is a mystery, so we never see her face. If for nothing else, I would follow this account for the name alone. Fortunately, there's also an amazing feed behind the account for watch enthusiasts to drool over. Amazingly, the watches showcased all belong to the influencer herself. And she shows off the awe-inspiring collection in a polar opposite way from the typical bro flex.
Ouch.
Versus a technical or arrogant flaunting of the watch. It's more like a gentle display of well-loved and curated art pieces, which many of these timepieces are. There's a classic Old Watch Lady. That's as much as we get to see. We get the watch and usually like a little bit of narration.
Ink, look out.
Oh yeah, she's got the ink. Yeah. She was recently at the that Rolly Fest thing in New York. She was invited to it.
I bet of course she was.
Of course she was. And she was telling me, because nobody knows what she looks like, but they spotted her because of the ink. They were like, you wouldn't happen to be. So that's how she was spotted. But
I think she walks around
Yeah.
with a fan. I could just imagine.
Quite quite a
I
collection.
know.
And
I
guys, if you
watch
don't,
this all the time. I just look at her collection all the time because I always discover another piece in there that is just like, wow.
look,
They're
that's
awesome.
right up your street.
Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Heaven's name. Oh, Lord.
and that, look, an
Oh,
original
my God,
Hoyer. Look,
Monaco. Wow. Yeah,
it's
I mean,
amazing.
curation is the correct word. This is like you went to a horological museum and this is what they came up with because there's not a shitter in the pack anywhere. They're all important pieces.
Yeah, they're all icons.
They're all
Like,
icons.
look at her sea dweller.
I know.
Look at that
my
fucker.
God.
Look at that with the bubble, with the
Yeesh.
bubble.
The big bubble.
Look,
Yeah.
Pip is still intact as well. Look at that. That's rare.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all icons. So this is, I don't know. I mean, it should be time soon to make this official, but I think this might be the most impressive collection.
It is.
This
known.
is the best collection, of course, that we've looked at the entire
Ever.
day.
Well, who has this vast and it just goes on?
No, this
and
is
on
this is this
endlessly.
is crazy. This is like a lifetime of careful selection.
She's been doing that. She's been
Yeah.
doing this is, she didn't just walk into a shop and say, I'll take that bag. This
Right.
is she went and found each and every one of these pieces.
Look at
You
that.
know,
That's
look
root
at
beer, original
that.
root beer with nipple dial. Look. Insane. I'll make one criticism if I'm allowed. Okay. I wish there was a pro. I mean, she does a great job. It's great photos, and I love her little narrations. But man, would I have a field day with my camera on this stuff.
Oh, you want to do a better shoot, you mean?
Yeah, it's just
This
like
is her just being casual. This
she's
is not-
being casual. I know, and no one's allowed to see this collection up close, and I get it. I get the mystique of the whole thing is wonderful. I wouldn't like to break that, but
She probably knew
if I
Scavula.
were her neighbor, I'd love to drop in with
I know.
the Canon R5 and a 35mm lens.
You need a
and-
Hasselblad for those little.
yeah,
those
or so
babies.
yeah, something
Large
like and get
format.
like iconic photos instead of iPhone photos. But that's the only thing. Look,
I mean,
I
that's
think-
fair. Why wouldn't you want to see, the pictures? I mean, the watches and the pieces at their best. Of course,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I think that collection, this is just her casually shooting with her phone.
Which is even more.
maybe she
flex.
has
It's
it.
just
Maybe-
like whatever. Here's my phone. I
Maybe
just
she- yeah.
No
Look,
big
that
deal.
original Explorer.
That's the one. That's my first picture. Like that is just the most devastating thing ever.
Like I make lesser watches look better with the lighting and the camera and all of that. So think about that.
she
Although I
said
like the way she
she likes
matches-
the blur. She said
She
she,
likes
loves
the
the
blur.
blur.
Oh, the blur is nice. The blur is
Hmm.
nice. I'm not. It's a light thing. It's about capturing light. But I love this when she matches it up with the colors
Yeah.
of the fruits and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
She's not fucking around.
Yeah. It's a great thing, these women with a passion for horology, because as they said in that article, it's not a flex necessarily. It is with Kim Kardashian, but with so many of these women, these are just beautiful, beautiful pieces. There's a
She's an art collector. A watch lady is an art collector. This is her art collection. This is, she has, traveled the world and picked up these pieces. And this is what true art collecting is all about. It's not, trash can Kardashian and like, what's blingy? What's blingy? That's a whole other crass nouveau riche bollocks,
yeah.
Look at these
Love
pieces.
this
It just goes
Daytona.
on and on and on. And they're all magnificent. All of them.
And she has the classic gold Cartier, as you have to have.
Why
I mean, you
shouldn't
start
you?
with one of those pieces if you're building a collection.
She is a lady.
Exactly. There's like some fucking black dials. That is Zenith or Zenith. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's and you can tell it's a Zenith because you can draw a straight line through the pinion, the center pin, the left to right here, the pinions.
Right.
When this pinion is a tad lower, it's the post Zenith, the early noughties, and so on. So obviously the Zenith one is the
Look
most
at that. There's
collectible, and
the
there's the
C.
most collectible version of what I have on right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it started with that. It's the 1655. It's one of the most collectible Rolex of all time, and many consider it to be the ultimate stainless steel piece from them. But yeah, great show, guys. Interesting stuff. A lot to look at there.
Oh yeah. Well, we ended it on like the highest note of them all. You know.
Yeah, I mean, too many
Indeed.
great watches. Nathaniel in the room, $4.99.
Yeah, of course she did.
Owl always had my
The owl has
votes.
everything. Yeah, she just we glossed over it, but sitting right next to that was one of those vintage 60s Seamasters with a 3-to-1 movement. Before it's just there. A Seamaster, not a Speedmaster, a Seamaster chronograph. Amazing.
Oh, that's this one. I'll just pull it up before we go, so you guys. Well spotted, Dirk. That one?
No,
No, that's
It's
no,
white
that's a
dial.
Cosmograph. This is Rolex.
it was a white dial.
Oh, I miss it.
was.
Don't know where it's gone now. Oh, it's
It was
a bit
on the
farther
left. It
down.
was on the left, far left
There it is.
square.
Is
That's
that
it.
it?
Yep, that's it.
Looks
Look
like a beads of
at
rice
That
strap as well. The bracelets,
Look
beads of rice.
at that.
You want
that
it,
is
don't
just-
Whoa,
you?
that's beautiful.
Oof. I mean, people don't realize that you know the most celebrated movement, the Lemania Base 3-to-1 Omega movement, is in that watch.
It's in a Seamaster of all things, which is so
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, of course, we know it's in the.
There's the roulette.
Yeah.
Cooler roulette, beautiful.
Mm.
All right, cool, great show,
Yeah.
really cool. I don't know what we're doing next week, but we'll come up with something, guys.
Something
And
without the Kardashians.
So yeah, I'll never make that mistake again.
Oh,
You guys are just like, I'm like, well, what about the watch? Yeah, but she's a very. What about the watch?
Yeah. Love the
well,
watch.
it was important because it's just some people don't deserve certain things. I'm not trying to be mean.
You seem really miffed that she got to wear that Marilyn Monroe dress. Like it really got under your skin.
I mean, I was as
Locked
a proud homosexual man, I was furious. How dare she? How dare she think that should adorn her? That to me, the arrogance is that she thinks that she is worthy of wearing that classic dress, and she is not. She's not a sniff on anything.
But it's not
That's
her
annoying
fault. It's
to
not
me.
her fault. I blame the person who gave her access to that
I
dress.
agree.
I'm just saying it was very crass. It was very inappropriate. That's all.
Inappropriate. And she ripped it.
Yeah,
The zipper
it's just like
was
why
ruined.
would you? It's like going to a museum and like taking something home to use it in your home. It just doesn't make sense. You don't
Take
do
home
that.
the Mona Lisa? You know
Yeah.
what? You've got tons of money, Kim K. Just go and have somebody recreate that dress in your size. Same effect. But you wanted
Yeah.
to say, you can't squeeze that artificial derriere into that. Marilyn was back in the day, before they changed the sizes of dresses. I think 12 became a 1 back, like women were 16s. Well, she was like a size 12 back then. So, she was a full figured gal. She had
Mhm.
curves. She had a body. So Kim Kardashian has some other thing going on.
I
don't know what
barely
that
even
is.
blame Kim Kardashian. I feel like she's just like a puppet. Like she just does whatever they tell her. So, but I'll stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Ocean.
P.S.
I don't want to make you.
Whatever ass installation Madonna had done to herself a couple of years ago, it's gone. She removed it. She had her body looked normal again.
This is the dress, guys.
That's the dress. Yeah.
Figured I
She
had
is
to pull it
slimmer
up.
here. She lost a lot of weight to fit in the dress.
She
fit in
admitted
her.
she did. She admitted it in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
30 days. She lost like
Yeah.
however many
I mean,
kilograms.
she looks
for it.
spectacular. Look at the wrap. I hope it's not mink. Is it mink? Ugh, God. It's probably
Is.
She has no
Yeah,
conscience.
I just feel like Kim
Probably.
Kardashian is a slut in a different way than Marilyn was. Marilyn was like a classy slut. Kim is just a trashy
She was
slut.
fucking the president.
Yeah.
I mean, she
There's
looks
two
great
sets of
here.
ideas. The awesome pawn, Kim K, was looking fine in that dress, and then
She looks good. She looks good. Hey,
lady
the
says she
best,
ruined the
best
dress,
money
and
can buy.
why did they let her wear it? That's what I'm saying. Why did they let her? I don't care
Yeah.
about her. I know
Yeah.
she's a narcissist. Someone allowed her into that dress.
Yeah,
That's
they should
the
have
problem.
Exactly.
Old Watch Lady also says, "Thank you so much. I'm feeling overwhelmed."
Well, you deserve it, honey. So
It's kind of crazy that one of our iconic women of watches, power women, is actually in the audience. That's kind of cool.
That is
Look-
really cool.
lucky us.
Us.
Lucky
Oh,
us.
Buckley says Ozempic.
Oh, Ozempic. How much do you think Pilot got paid for that?
Are they really in the commercial?
No, they wrote that song. That's a big
Oh.
hit song, Magic. It was it's magic. It's a big hit song from the 70s.
Of course, but you just said how much did they get paid for that,
Well,
implying that they just made it for Ozempic.
Well, yeah, they got paid to use that song. They had to rewrite.
Okay, let
the
me ask
song.
you the question again because I'm getting confused, Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a commercial for Ozempic using that song reworded?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah.
So, how much did they get
I
paid
just
for
thought
that?
you
Who
knew
knows?
because it's
Okay,
ridiculous. It's on TV all day.
and you live in the United States, and I live in a
I
different
mean,
continent.
You telling me Italian women aren't using Ozempic right now? They probably Ozempica.
Let's not fight.
Maybe
Be
there's
like-
not as
be
much
like
of a
last
need
week.
for it there.
Io bisogno Ozempica.
Oh my
Let's just
god!
wait and
yes.
see. Let's just wait and see what happens.
Oh, the
side
Italian
effects in the
women, skinny
future.
or not, they'll want it. Of course, they will.
Yeah.
I feel like women's our
$4.99.
existence is just it's just every day waking up wanting to shrink for the rest of your life. Like think about that. It's such a crazy thing. I personally do not have an obsession with that, but I know every single woman I've ever met wants to be smaller, no matter how small they are. Every single one. It's like they want to disappear. It's an endless thing.
And the ones that are mega skinny, just like toothpicks, they want boobs.
Sure.
They always want boobs. That's what they're all. I dated a lot of girls who were just like insanely six pack, the whole thing. All they think about is getting boobs. So it's just like they're never happy. Nathaniel Hannon, $4.99. I'd never be worried about Marilyn stealing something from my house. Kim K, on the other hand.
Yeah, well, she's a gypsy. Sure, she would.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Ba-dum-bum.
I'll see you guys next week. Good show.
Yes.
I want to show my watch again because I never have it on the
it's
channel.
pretty.
I want to see if I can get it to focus
It
there.
did, just did it.
Just did it.
It's lovely.
Explorer 2. That was impressive. It was Watch Lady 1655. See you, Michaela. Thanks for doing the show again. I'll see
Of course,
Sunny.
yeah.
you next week.
Always
I still want to see the
Always a
blue
good
eye
time.
stare. I want to see that terrifying blue eye
Honestly,
stare.
I can't do it. You won't recover.
I'll see you, Dirk.
Thanks, everybody.
You look like you've got an Irish tan. You're
I
out
do,
on a
right.
sunny day, sitting out front.
I was out. It was indeed. Got a bit of
Right,
color.
thanks.
Bit of color.
See you next week.